Hi, my name is Mackenzie, and today I'll be taking you through two different interval workouts. So the first one is going to be a core workout, and our second one will be working on our glutes. So for the first one, we're going to be doing each movement for 20 seconds. We have 3 movements, then a rest, 3 movements, then a rest, and then we'll repeat that from the top. So you won't need any equipment. If you want, you can have a mat underneath just for comfort, but we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go through each of the movements very quickly, then we'll get started and I'll add more coaching as we're going. So our first movement is going to be crunches. So we're going to have our feet on the ground. We're going to be trying to push our lower back into the ground. If you want, you can also raise the feet up, have them at a 90-degree angle, and then you can either have your hands on your chest or on your side, and we're just going to lift the shoulder blades off the ground and back down. Just doing this for 20 seconds, really engaging those abs to lift the shoulder blades, relaxing and coming back up. Our next movement is going to be heel touches or leg raises, whichever you feel would give you the best workout today. The key here, the distinction between the two, is that we want to make sure that our back is on the ground. So our first one, we're going to keep our knees 90 degrees, touching the toes, coming back up. If you feel good with that and you feel like your lower back is staying on the ground, then you can try to extend the legs, lift them up and back down. But the key here is if you feel like your lower back is arching off the ground, then let's take it to those heel touches. We want to feel it in. We want our abs to be doing the work and not our back. Next movement is going to be a hollow hold. So we're staying in this position and we just want to lift the shoulder blades off the ground. You can keep the legs on the ground. Next option, lifting the legs up. Then we can raise the arms above the head, then send the legs out. But again, the key, just like with our heel touches and leg raises, we want to keep that lower back on the ground. Then so those are our first 3 movements. We'll take a rest. Then we're starting with the painful penguins. So we're going to have our feet just out of reach. Engage the core, lift the shoulder blades off the ground. And we're going to go side to side, just tapping the heels of our feet. Next movement is going to be bicycles. So again, the key here for this interval is that we're keeping our lower back on the ground. We want to lift the shoulder blades just off the ground, touch shoulder to knee or as close as you can get, just rotating back and forth, opposite shoulder to the opposite knee. And then our last movement is going to be butterfly sit-ups. So feet, legs in the butterfly position. We're going to come down, tap behind us. You can use your arms to help you up, and then tap in front, making sure we're trying to get a nice tall chest at the top, and back down. Modification for that would just be maybe doing some butterfly crunches. So instead of coming all the way up, just trying to lift those shoulder blades off the ground. But we're going to go ahead and get started from the top with our crunches. Again, it's going to be 20 seconds each movement. We have 3 movements, then a rest, 3 movements, then a rest, and then we're starting again at the top. So it should be nice and quick here. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1 with those crunches. And it's really important here, not only that our lower back is staying on the ground, but that we're breathing throughout the movement. And with the crunches, I like to think of it more as you're coming up rather than folding forward. And now we're switching over to our heel touches. So here you can have your head either up or down, but the key is that we're keeping our lower back on the ground. Again, you can always make it a little bit more challenging, straighten the legs, but we just want to make sure the lower back is staying on the ground. And now hollow hold. Just holding here. Again, lower back on the ground. I can't say it enough today. And just engaging the core, getting the shoulder blades off the ground. We have a rest coming up in 3, 2, 1. Nice work. We have 20 seconds here. Then we're going to do our painful penguins, our bicycles, and our butterfly sit-ups. Then we have another rest, and then we're starting from the top. You might feel like yourself getting fatigued, so feel free, if you feel yourself getting fatigued, feel that lower back coming off the ground, go down in a modification, because it's all about, today it's all about using the core. We don't want our back to be compensating. And now painful penguins, and go. Halfway. Nice work in 3, 2, 1. We have our bicycles. And it's okay if you're using that opposite arm as a bit of a prop to get you up, because we really want to focus on that rotation. 3, 2, 1. We have our butterfly sit-ups. Nice work. This is the last 20 seconds, and then we get a little break. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 20-second rest. Okay, so we made it through the first round. We have 1 round left. Nice job. And use that, try to think of that first round, use it as a gauge. Say, can I maybe do a few more reps? Or maybe I need to scale down my modification. That was too hard. Or maybe you can say, okay, that was pretty easy. Let me go up a little bit. Let's go ahead and get started with those crunches in 3, 2, 1. Just keep moving. 5 seconds and we're switching. And heel touches. If you want, you can also put the hands under the glutes just to kind of help keep that lower back on the ground. But again, a lot of it is using these abs instead of our back. And hollow hold. Just trying to get these shoulder blades off the ground. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. 1 set left, and then we're going to move on to the glute work. Starting with painful penguins. We have 10 seconds. And this is going to be your last minute of core work. So really try to push through the 20 seconds. Keep working for the entire 20 seconds here. And painful penguins. And remember to breathe here. 5 seconds. Then we're going to our bicycles and switch. Ten seconds. Then we're going to our butterfly sit-ups. Really push through. 3, 2, 1. Sit-ups. Last 20 seconds here. And rest. Nice work. We're going to take a minute break. I'm going to go through our movements for the glute portion. And then we're going to get started. So grab some water. Stretch out those abs if you need to. But for our next section, we have 2 rounds. It's going to be 30 seconds for each movement, and we only have 4 movements. So in this part, there is no break. Your break will be when you're doing the glute movement on the other side. So for our first movement, we're going to have fire hydrants. We're going to have fire hydrants, so we're going to stay on the hands and knees. Then you're going to choose one leg. One leg will be the supporting, and one leg will be moving. But we're going to just lift it directly out to the side, keeping that 90 degrees, trying to lift it as high as we can. So we'll do 30 seconds on one side, and then immediately go to 30 seconds on the other side. So that'll kind of be the 2 rounds. We'll do 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds on the other, then go to the next movement. And then our next movement, we're going to stay in the same position, but this time we're just going to lift the leg straight back. So we're keeping that 90 degrees at the knee, and really focus on using the glutes, or just under the glutes here, to lift up that leg. Next movement, we are going to come onto our side. Here you can just support your head with your hand, or lay it on the ground. It's up to you. We want a slight bend in the hip. Then we're going to engage this glute, keeping this leg straight. We're just going to lift up, and directly down. Just like this. We don't want to bring the leg forward or backwards. Today we're just lifting directly up and down. And then our next movement, we're going to stay here, but we're going to add a bend to the knees, and we're going to rotate from the heel, then we're going to tap the toe. So just using the glute to rotate, tapping the heel, rotating in, tapping the toe. But those are our 4 movements. We're going to do each one for 30 seconds. And again, we're doing 30 seconds one leg, 30 seconds on the other leg. And then that's it. We go to the next movement. So starting with those fire hydrants in 3, 2, 1. And it's really important here that we are still engaging our core. We don't want our back to cave in or to get rounded. We want to stay nice and straight so that our glute can be doing the work. Again, just trying to lift it as high as you can while keeping it moving in a straight line. We don't want to bring it up or back. We're moving it directly in a straight line. And switch legs. So again, there's no rest, so we're trying to make these transitions as quickly as we can. Halfway on this side, then we're going to go to our leg lifts. You can either stay on the same leg, or if you want to give it a rest, you can switch. Switching in 3, 2, 1. Okay, leg lifts. So again, here, keeping the 90 degrees still, just going straight back with the leg. Keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Halfway. Then we're going to switch to the other leg. 10 seconds. Nice work. Keep working through that burn. And switch. Remember to breathe through these movements. Halfway. Then we're going to be going to our side, doing those lateral leg lifts. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Switch. Lateral leg lifts. I just like to put my hand on my hip, but you can put it anywhere you like. If you want, for a lot of these movements, you can also add a resistance band just to make it a little bit more challenging. Five seconds, and we're switching to the other side. 3, 2, 1. Switch. Nice work. We are halfway done with this movement. Next one is going to be rotating the heel toes. And switching in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So again, slight bend to the knee, rotating, tapping the heel, tapping the toe. And we don't want to be rotating through the knee or through the ankle. We want all of the rotation to come through our hip. And for me, it's really important that I focus on what muscle is moving so that I'm targeting the right muscles. And Switch. Nice work. This is our last 30 seconds. But the beauty of this, if you feel like you want more, play this part again. You can always start from the top, do this as many times as you would like. But we have 15 seconds left. And again, feel free, even if you want to do the entire video again, so do the abs and the booty part. It is all up to you, whatever you think is going to give you the best workout. And rest. Okay. That's all I have for you today. Nice work. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Mackenzie and we just did 2 interval workouts today. I hope to see you again next week.